Hello, hello! Welcome to the show. SykoYoda back here with another adventure in Minecraft, and today we are working on the main hub, the main island here. Trying to get a concept laid out. I've had a lot of thoughts and processes of concepts coming through my brain throughout this whole thing, and I've started to get a little bit obsessed with the project. Not really thinking or focusing on anything else at this point, just trying to think of ways to accomplish what I envision. As it always is when I make things, I make it with the brain in mind, and the brain does crazy things. So I wanted to go ahead and get laid out an idea of how this was going to look. Best way to do that is start incorporating the blocks I plan on using in many different ways. Well, this one is going to be interesting open layout plan in the interior of this, and that's why the concept is as it is being laid out here, like a so. I want to wrap everything because I want to make sure that we have enough color throughout, and I also want to give myself a way to incorporate some lighting, and we'll be able to see that even more so here in just a little bit. Looks like the sun is going to set on us. We need to get, actually I might have some on me. I do. Get some half slabs going on over here. We're gonna have the centers filled in with all half a slab, making it, you know, spawn proof as you do. And that's going to take care of any of the lighting issues that we would have had through this. Now, I'm hoping to incorporate enough lighting so that we don't need to implement anything in the centers of these, but if we do, I already have a couple of concepts in mind that I may or may not incorporate anyway. Along with that, the concepts that I have laid out more than likely won't provide enough lighting even still to keep everything spawn proof. So I like the concept of laying down the half slabs and making it part of the build. The half slab process can cause some issues down the road with other things like laying down redstone machines and other things like farms, etc. But we can always work around that. Stairs are a good way to start doing that. Stairs are basically a non-spawnable block, providing that you put them the correct way. If they are upside down, then they create a full block surface like thus, and that is also a spawnable spot. But you guys should all be aware of that by now. Minecraft being out as long as it has been, and as prevalent as it is, if you're watching this, more than likely you played Minecraft or currently play Minecraft. So there's a basic concept. It's got a pretty good amount of color. We're going to incorporate more into this, but I have to wait until I get other things laid out to make sure that's going to happen. The other part of this is I want to wrap just around here so I can see how this is going to work here. See, it's going to be nice and thick, giving that extra color and that extra texture. The dimensions are multiplying as we speak. Get that going there, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Let's see here, do it right there. Last episode, we started working on this project. Along with that, we did a hellaciously long time lapse for you guys. Had some people say how they enjoy those, and I'm glad because they do take quite a bit of work to create. But I enjoy making them, and I enjoy seeing the outcomes of them. So it's a two-parter. I didn't complete that. Oh, I got some on me. We also talked about me doing my first live stream a little bit, and I was not expecting it to go as smoothly as it did, but for some reason it didn't stress me out at all, and I was very happy to see that that was the case. I'm hoping that that will happen in future attempts to do them. I can't guarantee that's going to be the case, but I also can't guarantee that I'm ever going to try it again, but we'll again have to wait and see what happens with it. Now, I have a concept laid out already in place for how to add some lighting in here, so let's just go ahead and start messing around with it and seeing how it works out for us. We're going to start off by putting them next to these here, which will eventually be some pillars. And I'm just basically covering up the grass area that was already here. So you can see that it's not necessarily going to stay that way. Like that one right there might end up being taken out because it is a bit of an odd shape at the moment. This also allows for multiple ways into each section. So that way we have a nice open area or floor plan, I guess you could say. But that's the whole point about it. I also decided I wanted to use some redstone lanterns, which are pretty expensive, but I think the look is worth the expense. Like so. Now if we take that out right here, let's go ahead and take that torch out as well so we don't have anything interfering with our light. F3 it up here. Let's see here. Block light level. We are on a full block. We are at 15. Block is 11. So that is perfect. That's what I want. So I can implement that all the way around. Now I just have to figure out the focus on those ones and on these ones. Now I also want to incorporate some lights throughout. We'll have to get into that a little bit more to see how that's going to work for us. But we already know that these are going to work wunderbar. Let's see here. So is that actually on the 3? That is not. It is on the 2. That's where that's being placed. So we can figure that out from there. But I could probably incorporate some lights into these corners and stuff too and get the same effect. We will toy around with that a bit, but first, what do we got over here? We have that block is a full block. It's completely surrounded. We also have this one here. I think putting them like this is going to be the way to go. I have thought a little bit on, and I do mean a very little bit on, that's not the one I want, potentially doing some live streaming more often. But I have to say right up front, I'm not a person that actually likes the concept of live streaming. I'm not in it to make a bunch of money, so that already pulls out quite a bit of a reason why not to do it right, or why to do it right there. If I'm not trying to become a millionaire off of YouTube and Twitch, well, you really got to enjoy the stress level and the amount of time that goes into planning and prepping for a event like Twitch and or streaming in general. And I don't know that that is the case for me. Did I put that straight out? I did. What do we think about that? Well, I think we're going to move this block one more over. Like a show. I think that's what we're going to do. Make it the same. They actually put them a little bit closer to straighter in line as well, which I don't know that that's necessarily needed, but I think the outcome will be correct. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Do that there. So, do look forward to seeing another stream or two in the future. I will, of course, give a fair notice and warning if that is going to take place. Mostly, though, expect them to be related to or concerning the whole Extra Life Charity Fund or some other kind of fundraiser or special event specific for the stream. I am not going to start doing them just haphazardly and for no real reason. So don't expect that to be happening anytime soon. Let's see here. I think we can pop another one in either right there or right there. I think we're going to do it right here. Now this could be, yeah, that's what I was concerned about. This is a problem. Well, it could be a problem or it could be a solution. We'll get to a reason why that is the case here in a little bit, but I've been thinking about how I'm going to add some more texture and detail to the outside. Went ahead and wrapped this thing. I also did all of the blending in that needed to be done. Spent a whole bunch of time doing that off camera and liking the outcome of it so far, but I also like the concept here of being able to pull in these lights. So I got to figure out how to make that work. The spacing on those are okay. Those ones are a little bit close, but I don't know how you can make that any better. If we put those right there, which I think is the ultimate place for it, I think we can get it. Okay, so what if we do... Because this is an odd. I think we can get away with just putting one right in the center. The problem is I really don't want to do that. I kind of want to leave that open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want to leave that open. I do indeed. Interesting. Very interesting. What we're going to do is these corners right here. We'll start off with this as a concept. We'll go from there, see how that works out for us. That also means we're going to have to add something into the outside, but that's okay. We can take care of that when we get to that point. Don't want to really lose any more of these than I have to because I spent so much time creating the blocks. It would seem a shame to throw them away now, right? How's that for... I think that's close enough. Let's go ahead and... Well, it's going to be daytime. We're not going to get an accurate reading. 9? Ooh. I've been told that 8 is good enough, but I swear it's 10 for no spawning. I swear it is. I swear it is. I'm going to leave it like so. And then I could implement another one right here. Put those a little bit close, but the lighting should be good. And it's also the same place in the... Oops, I forgot to turn that one on. In the structure itself. If you look at it, that's on the 2, and that's on the 2. Space-wise, good. Those are all pretty much even. So it's just these ones that are wide, but so are the ones on that end. I think that's okay. I think that'll work for us. We're going to go ahead and roll with that. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these and see how that looks once we get all this in place. And we'll be right back with you so we can check out the progress. There we have it. All the lights in place, all of the stairs in place. Only got the one section half slabbed out at the moment. I got plenty of supplies to do it. I just wanted to give an update on that, and I think that we're good to go with that. And before I continue on with it, a couple of things. One arose that was very important was my circle was completely off on this one, and I had many issue with this the first go round, and so to have that happen yet again, I was like, oh my gosh. Had to tear down a whole bunch of stuff and get it put back in, but I think it works out. The diagonals are a little bit different in light placement, but I think, or diagonals, I guess corners, although I made rounds, you know what I mean? Squares, things happen. That's all been hopefully dealt with appropriately. It's all the same for each one, but they are closer in the center than the others are. In order to keep them appropriate distance, it'd have to be right here. And that just didn't work for me. So I'm gonna go with that, and we'll see how that works for us on the outcome. Horses still kept me from getting a couple of pieces put into here, but for the most part has been taken care of. And I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep the horses up top or not. I might like put them down below us here somehow. They don't need light or anything to work, so it doesn't really matter. One thing that I need to do, though, is move the portal. So what I'm going to do is head down underneath here, if I can still find a way in. I think it's like in here. What do we think? Maybe in here? There was a place for a bed down here. It's all been torn apart now, and I gotta find a way down to the bottom section. I'm not seeing anything here. Wait, this might find me. This might take me a while. Let's go ahead and grab the shovel out. Well, obviously this isn't it, because there's coal right there. Where are you at? Come on! Holy cow! I'll never find it. It's gone forever. Let's go ahead and fill this all back in. Well, I think a stack should do it. I had to make it back there to the base to grab some from my stuff. I couldn't find it. I dug around a little bit more and I was like, okay, this is just stupid. I'm gonna be here all day. But essentially I want to move this, and I think that we should just do a basic thing of it. I think I want to elevate it a little bit, so let's go ahead and grab, I guess it really doesn't matter what we use for that. What do we want the interior to be on this? Probably we'll cover it up, so let's just fill this in. That's the center block right there. We'll just keep that exposed for the time being, and then we need to have it at least 3 wide, which means we got to go out, oops, this far, so you essentially have a shape like that. Let's go ahead and grab whatever we got on us will work. 2, 3. Yep. And then that will give us a large enough, oops, area for the horses to go through. Along with that, I want to make sure we have a symmetry and some kind of similarity as we have inside there. So it's going to be a little bit different because of where it's at, but we'll see what we can do here. Let's go ahead and just wrap like so. For now, at least we can jump in there that way. Okay. And then we need a spacer block. These will be just fine and dander. They'll work perfectly. Like so. Throw on some more obsidian. Let's do, we got a 3, so 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. I don't want it square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll go like so. Or I guess it doesn't really matter. Although, if we do it this way, we might be able to incorporate some sort of architectural detail into that. So we'll keep it that way. Wait, I don't know if I am gonna have enough. How's that for height? It's pretty tall. I think that'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need to put another space block right there. And boom. There we go. That'll work for us. We'll throw down some kind of actually it'd be kind of cool to have a light in here in the center. So I'll probably do that. So for now we'll just put a torch right there and cover this up with red brick. and hopefully that will be a reminder that I need to bring some more over. I used the whole exactly 64 of the redstone lanterns in that, so that worked out pretty good for us. Let's go ahead and get a flint and steel and make sure that this is going to link up correctly. It should. We'll start with just one, come through here. Beautiful, and then we come back through. This one is short compared. That's all right. We'll make it look right. Okay, so if I take this out, everything should be good to go, right? Let's go ahead and not pull it completely down just yet. Came into the center hub. And boom. Alright. We're going to go with that then. Go ahead and light the rest of these up. They all should link up no problem, but I will verify here real quick just to make sure. Obviously, the closer they are to it, there is no more issue. But we do actually have a couple of people that are pretty close by. The thing is that's in the nether. It should not cause an issue. Where is the... So this is the one that I would be most concerned about. Yep, we're good. Awesome. Okay, that's taken care of. I gotta figure out how to incorporate everything into there, and I think we're gonna do a combination of colors and whatnot. The red does go well with that, but I think we're gonna do some of the stairs and stuff leading up to it. If we take these guys and just go straight in like so, we can kind of embellish the edges or the corners. This will mean that it's not going to be circular like the rest of the room, but I think I'm okay with that. And then we can build up around it somehow, add some pillars in place. Also want to wrap this like so. I think that's how I want to do it. And then I'll put some gray in behind it and it will pop out. So that would be gray there as well. Is that how we're going to do it? Yes, I think so. Let's go ahead and add those in all the way around. We'll have that anchored in place for us there. Okay. What do we got on us here? We got some stairs, we got some half slabs, need some more of the bricks here. So let's start first of all just by building up a corner, see how this looks for us. Like so. And we gotta bring that up. We can kind of radius it out by adding a half slab right here, and we can bring some half slabs into that, but that's gonna look funky. Funky chicken funky. I think we'll just bring not stairs but half slabs. I said that incorrectly, didn't I? And like that. We'll do that way. We got the half slab in there, and then we'll come straight up with these guys like so. Oops. Not that. This guy. Like so. Wrap that in as such. Like a dish. And like a dish. Okay. And then we can bring some stairs into here. Do a little another wrap jobby. First one, place this one like that. And then, And then if we place another stone in here, like so, we can do something like that. What do we think? Yep, that'll give it a little bit of architecture detail. And then along with that, I think I want to leave that rounded, but I might bring it out another. But we'll wait till we get the rest of this wrapped in. So let me finish that real quick and we can take another look at it here. Well, I went ahead and just finished it off camera here real quick. Had a concept I wanted to roll with, and since I was up there, I went ahead and just decided to do it. Ran out of blocks and had to bring myself back up at one point, so that's what's going on there. But I think we got a basic structure that's going to work here for that. Yep. I like the height. I like the thickness of it. It does encompass it really well, and I do like the fact that I put in the redstone, or not the redstone, the nether brick in there to kind of bring everything into it, tie it all into each other. So what we're gonna do for this then, we can leave that just as it is, or we can bring that back in on itself. But I think we're just gonna leave it as it is. Let me go ahead and take a look here real quick. Pop some of these down in front of it here and see what we think. It's a little bit weird, but it does diagonally, holy cow, helicopters, does diagonally step pretty well, so I think that's going to work for us. I think we'll go with that. I think that'll work for us. Let's go ahead and go with that. We can change it later if we decide to. So now that we got that in place, we can also, you know, go ahead and bump these guys up as well. Essentially want to make pillars here. I think we're just going to leave that as a step, and then bring in some thickness here in the center, like so, and then we can do the same thing, step it in like that. We'll just have that go up as a column. See how that looks there. That looks a little bit weird. I think we'll just bring it all up then. But the same thing for the concept here with all this is we'll just bring all of these up. So we'll have the supporting structure in place for the roof, and then we've got several of those, and then we keep that open filling we were looking for. So all I got to do is implement in all of the half slabs into these locations, like this one here, and then we can get the structures like domes, if we're going to do domes, architectural, whatever we're going to do, beams, figure that out along the way. We have the burgundy placed in here already, kind of bring in that extra color. There is a possibility of bringing in a third color, but honestly I don't see the point or the need to do so, especially since we're trying to bring this building in, tie it in with the nether hub side of things, which is the exact same blocks. Also have the lanterns in here, which ties that in very well. The only thing we could really do is, you know, bedrock it, but aside from cheating it in, there's no way to get it, so that doesn't really make sense to even think of it all along those terms. I can also start figuring out where we're going to move things. That's actually a water, infinite water under there. Figure out where we're going to move things. We can talk about possibly moving the horses around. I think I want to move them underneath, so maybe putting in some kind of stairwell system or staircase system into this might be in order. If we do that, I will try to keep that also in the center here. But we can work around that as well, see if we can make multiple ways down or one or what have you. And then we'll have plenty of space up here to put stuff in, including shops for the people that are on here, so we can try to sell some stuff to each other, make it easier to grab those things. Along with that, we have all of the crops and stuff that were here just in case anybody needed anything. I intend on keeping that stuff. Now that I've gotten everything here myself, if I decide to go venture off in a different direction, and maybe one of these things where I essentially just leave everything at my base, come over here, grab a little bit of everything, and then move off to another area. Don't worry, that's not going to happen anytime soon, because I still want to finish the area I'm in. It's just something that we've discussed fairly in length to find a way to keep us interested in staying in this particular world and server. As long as we are interested in playing Minecraft, hopefully we'll come back here and do it. it's nice to have it all on one save, and for memory's sake, you know, be able to come back to one area and really soak in all of the fun times we had here and all of the different things that we've accomplished and made. So I'm going to do a little work on this off camera, but I think we're going to call that good for this episode. As usual, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget that like and subscribe if you enjoy my videos, and feel free to come back and join me on another adventure here in Minecraft as we continue to create and explore in this wunderbar universe. We'll see you next time.